How is it going, everybody? Hope you're all doing very well. Welcome to another video here on our channel. I'm the FIFA Analyst. Today, we've got another FIFA 20 coaching session for you. You guys have been really enjoying this. We're going to be going through and taking a look again. Another student going through, telling you exactly what he was doing right, what he was doing wrong. It is a live session, so it is taken from the stream where we had a 1-hour Discord call together. We looked at the game to see what he was doing right and how we can look at improving. Hopefully, some of these tips that you're finding here will get you some more wins throughout Weekend League and FUT Champs. Obviously, with the Team of the Season cards going to be available in packs, you guys want to make sure you're doing everything in your power to get the most possible wins. So take a good look through these. We've got loads of helpful videos as well to hopefully try and get those more wins. If you are interested in booking a session yourself, a link in the description as always for that. Head on over straight away to do it all through the booking page. Any questions, please drop me a DM on Twitter or you can email me fifaanalyst@gmail.com. Hope you guys enjoy the video. If you do, drop a like, can subscribe to the channel. We do upload every single day at 5 PM. Enjoy the video and I'll catch you boys later. At the minute, you're facing this way, so playing the way you're facing isn't really the advice that I'd say in this case, just because you haven't really got much passes on. What I probably would have looked at doing here is either running up this way or looking at using this fullback on the overlap. What I certainly don't want us to do is give it away like that, because your team's kind of misshaped from kickoff. They come through, but it's this initial Kante here. Kante is slotted into the right back position because your right back's gone obviously forward. It's that little movement that really catches you out. It gives the maximum the chance to get forward. He plays a little dink pass in, a little bit aggressive with the Van Dijk, and he grabs a goal. A little bit of a lucky goal, but let's touch on this with Kante. So you switch over to Kante, which is good. When he plays the pass, what's going through your thoughts here? Like, what is it that you think you want to be doing?
I thought I could potentially intercept it, but then I just realized once he played the pass, I didn't have a chance with Kante.
Yeah, it's one of them ones where I want you to try and intercept passes really in kind of like the middle of the park, and you know, like say if Kante was in the middle in your CDMs, obviously in your last line of defense, if he gets through here, you know, he's not in on goal, but he's definitely getting into a dangerous position. So we certainly want you to carry on tracking the maximum. We don't want to try and intercept the pass. If say Kante was there covering that pass and you had another centre mid here, pressure with that centre mid and try and intercept it, but definitely not with Kante there. That then comes away. The bit with Kante you didn't do anything wrong there, but it was this Van Dijk. These are horrible balls to try and defend because Van Dijk never locks onto it properly, if that makes sense. So you can't actually lock on. All I'd ask you to do is wait for the ball to drop down, and then you've got the chance to get the tackle in. Obviously, you try and get the tackle in while the ball's up in the air, which then causes you to overshoot. What you want to be doing here, as we explained a lot in our coaching sessions, is standing exactly where you are, holding the your PS4 or Xbox. Your Xbox, aren't you?
Xbox,
yeah. Hold the LT button and just stand up tall here. You put yourself in between the goal and the ball holder. Means you've got a good chance of getting a block in. Then when he brings that ball down, you can try and get a tackle in. But certainly not when it's up in the air, because you're never going to win it up in the air. Even if you do manage to try and win the ball, you're going to give away a foul at the same time, aren't you? Yeah. And obviously that goes as 1-0 down. In Champs, we want to make sure we start off, you know, nice and solid. We certainly don't want to be giving the ball away and then diving in twice and conceding from it. What number game was this? Can you remember what record you were on at this particular time?
This is one of my last games, I want to say. So this was, I want to say gold, like around gold 3 or
around gold 3. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
It's going to be people on your level. Sorry, because in the first 10 games, they can be very inconsistent of who you come up against. But obviously, the later on, you do normally get people on your level. So let's have a look. So with something like this, CDMs are always going to be blocking off the strikers and the cams, all right? That's kind of their job. They always want to be there. When obviously you've got a cam, they hopefully sitting around this area to give you that simple pass out. What I'd be looking at doing here, this guy's sitting very deep. That's a wall, that is, all right? You're not going to be able to play a forward direct pass through here. What you actually want to be doing is you want to be using these two CDMs to pass around through each other. What you then hope happens, the video I got coming out tonight is actually there's a bit in that talks on this really well, I think. You want to try and grab one of these to basically either come up or down and then leave a little bit of a gap for you to find that pass directly in by moving the ball around these two players. So if you keep passing the ball around these two, what hopefully will happen, he keeps jockeying up and down, and then he gives you a gap for you to play that direct pass in. All right? What we can also do as well is obviously use the wings with the fullbacks. Are you using balanced fullbacks or stay back?
Alexander-Arnold's unbalanced. Tierney is stay back.
Okay, all right. So yeah, you have a mix up, all right? That's fine. What I would say, when you come up against someone that is I mean, that is disgusting to play against.
That's
It's very,
just too
very
deep.
hard. Yeah, it's very deep. It's a solid ball, all right? You have to use these guys a little bit more. So you can spread the ball out wide here, get him to come down. If you get to here, you're not got to pass on. You come back, you go back to this man and then back over, and you keep switching it over and whatnot. What you can also do to get through this brick wall, as I touch on a lot, if you're playing the 4-2-3-1, whether you're playing the 4-4-2 with a false 9, either way, you can use a triangle. And what you can do is use these on a run. We touched on it yesterday in the coaching session by using the LB button when you lay off the ball, and you can send one of these on a run, which then hopefully creates the overload. And what you want to try and do is get one of these guys occupied with someone else to then find a gap through the middle for a pass into one of the strikers or something. Does that make sense? What I don't want us doing is especially what we do with just a pass directly into the opponent and giving the ball away from it.
I think this is going to be a recurring issue throughout the video.
Honestly, elite players do that as well with like lack of concentration, but goal players, that sort of pass is something that you're going to do very much throughout this session, I would imagine. He plays the ball through. I like here, to be fair, you're aware of the gap and you're trying to keep yourself in between this pass and the gap in there. You're holding LT as well, which is good. You got the jockey on. Van Dijk obviously does that little jump thing himself. You didn't do anything wrong there. If you played that pass along the ground, you probably intercept that, so you were in the right place. Good little tugging in the shirt there. Switch to Van Dijk. Good man. Stand up. Okay. So this is why, like, even the fine details of something like this can lead to a knock-on effect. You giving the ball away here has led to him obviously coming up and grabbing a goal. Not saying because you might have done a fake shot stop and laid the ball off, you might have still lost the ball and you might still concede. So I can't say that, you know, that's definitely what you should or shouldn't have done. You switch over here. I think the player switch again is what messes you up a tiny bit. Yeah.
Kind of switch to Shar and he.
Yeah, you're covering it in the middle is fine. You put that little bit of tug of the shirt on, which is good. You switch to Shah, and then you switch back to Tillemans, when obviously, ideally, we want
to
switching to Van Dijk. Yeah. So let's talk about that. For you to switch there, you've either pressed L1 or LB, or you've pressed the right analog stick. Now you've pressed the right analog stick because the switch to Van Dijk is on with the LB because the second defender switch icon. So that's going to be a little bit of lack of concentration and being aware of where everyone is on the pitch. The reason why we want to switch to the Van Dijk is because obviously, as we talk about a lot, they've broke the midfield line now. And you've got that runner in behind. This is one of the most dangerous areas for you because he's got that man coming in directly on your back line. You want to make sure you cover it as quick as. If you switch to the Van Dijk there, there's a chance you put that little bit of pressure on and you force the Mbappe out wider rather than towards the goal. Does that make sense? Can you see how as well, Van Dijk, because it's the AI, he's actually gone from going that way now to that way, which has messed you over a little bit and it's pulled the gap further away. So there's nothing else you can do about that. That was just a little bit of the player switching that's kind of done you wrong on that front. All right. How does this game finish?
2-1.
So he doesn't score any more goals. Okay.
No.
Okay. Interesting. What's that Pope like in goal?
I honestly like him. I had Allison before, just regular gold Allison. I mean, Pope's 6'7", so.
Yeah, he's a tall goalkeeper, isn't he?
Yeah.
Have you scored a goal with him yet?
No.
No. Disappointing. Next time you speak to me, I want to know that you've got a goal with him, all right? This is one thing, again, that gold players, bronze players, silver players, gold players do a lot. Elite, not so much. Top 100, obviously, very, very rarely. You try and play a through ball into here. We've already touched on the back line and getting in behind. Obviously, is a very, very good thing to do. Very, very dangerous position for you to get behind. What you think? Why do I think I'm going to say this pass shouldn't be an option for you at the minute?
Like Mane's, I don't know who his right back is, but it doesn't really matter. Mane's not outpacing him. He's 2 strides behind.
Yeah, he's too far behind you.
Yep.
Yeah. If the Mane is shoulder to shoulder, I've got no issues with you trying to play this pass. There's a chance he gets onto the end of it. Mane's quick, got a little bit of strength. He can do it, all right? He can get him behind. Yep. When you are there, and you're there, look at the gap between them two. You've got yards to make up. Mane's quick, but he's just not quick enough. I mean, it's Lala that he's up against. The pass from Tierney, to be honest, is a bit terrible as well. But it's not something that you want to take. So just think about passing before you play him. Have that little look. Is he in line with him? No? Okay, carry on running. And just keep going with him. There's no reason why you can't keep running with Tierney there. Luckily enough, you get the ball back. Good bit of pressure from you to win the ball back. But yeah, you could have carried on running then yourself. So you won the ball back there from yourself, obviously, when you gave the ball away. Coming to, I thought you messed the chance up, to be honest. I thought I was going to look for the De Bruyne straight away, but that little bit of dribbling was good. Do you finesse a lot?
I wouldn't say a lot. Depends.
No.
Not
Chat,
a lot.
You let me know as well. Is that a situation where you guys normally finesse that, or would you? For me personally, I mean, I don't finesse that often. I'd always try and get kind of head on and I'd power that. But obviously it's worked for you, so that's fine. I'm just trying to think, is there a chance that if you finesse that again, if you do that 10 times, does that find the back of the net every time? Obviously with FIFA, probably not. But then I'm just trying to think, if you turned your body in that way and you powered it, does it find the back of the net more than the finesse? Yeah.
Short side, yeah, probably.
Yeah. Would you boys power that then? I think I probably would. I'd certainly try and get more head on though towards the goal, because at the minute we're trying to face in that way. Yeah. I think if you are facing that way, then maybe the finesse does make more sense. But if you were to get face on, then yeah, you'd kind of go for that power shot. I'd say. Good chance. Drag back was good with Mane. That little touch in. I mean, to be fair, the drag back that you do ruins the De Bruyne pass. The De Bruyne pass was on if you did your drag back that way. Yeah. So you were right to not play that, because Rashford would have messed up that pass if you tried to play that. Definitely. So at least you got back into it 2-1. So you're telling me there's not another goal now for the rest of this game?
Nah. Great chances. Okay. I had chances. You'll see.
We shall see. We shall see. Oh, was that the birthday Rashford as well?
Yeah.
Birthday
I
Rashford.
love that card.
Birthday Rashford. Is his composure and finishing good enough?
I mean, I just love the 5-star skills, 5-star weak.
Yeah.
Honestly, it just makes him kind of I guess, unpredictable compared to other people.
Someone in the chat's just asked, what KDB is that?
I believe it's 93 Champions League.
Okay, right. Not a bad card then. Not a bad card.
93.
We're going to touch on this for you again. For your mental cues, because obviously FIFA is a lot of a mental game. You need to be sat here thinking, great, 2-1. Right, I need to carry on doing what I'm doing. Well, I need to do what I'm doing, but better. I've already scored a goal. I'm going to get multiple chances now in this game. Don't panic. Don't give the ball away cheaply. Let's get it. What we do here is one of the other ones that we've already touched on for you, but I'm going to reiterate. It is playing the pass through a passing lane that's not on. Play the way you're facing. At the minute, you've not really got much on. You could have done a drag back into this space. And boom, we've got a pass straight into striker. Rashford one-on-one with the defender. Very dangerous. If you wanted to be more passive, play it back to the centre-back. These guys are available to pass to a lot of the times. One of them will be marked from one striker more than likely, but your left-backs and right-backs especially are the ones that are normally on. But you look back at this situation. You go back, that's fine. They didn't have much on. You've just done a drag back. You could just follow that up with another drag back.
Yeah.
Would you agree?
Yep, definitely agree.
He's already got Tielemans in the team, James. Can't get him in again. Good pressure again. Come on, referee. Less of that. Less of that. Switch to the Van Dijk. Okay, you put the pressure on. That's fine. I'll allow that. Good dribbling, good dribbling, good dribbling. Well done. Throw yourself out. Okay, so now just be a little bit more composed. Go backwards. Build up slowly. It's the 35th minute. We've got time. Yeah. Okay, so you try and send him on the run. What I like, to be fair, out of what we've done so far, a lot of the times we've tried to transition from defence to attack too quickly. You win the ball back here with the Tielemans, which was good. I thought, to be fair, with this Kante, that dribbling was quality. I thought with this Kante, you were going to try and go straight to Rashford or something, or Salah, and just be too direct. So you done well there to come back and just be patient with it, find the passes, not build it up too quick. And then you look for the 1-2 with the Mane and the KDB. Which, again, good. I like the 1-2 for the simple fact that you're sending this guy on a run, as we've already discussed so far. Sending people on runs is good because you create the overload. It's harder for them to defend it as much. Maybe we could have just took the touch and maybe dinked it over the top. He narrows the gap down quite quickly, actually, to be honest. Okay, let's see what we can do here. Good. Sent him on a run. Okay. What are you going to do? What are you going to do?
Short side. I messed up.
Oh, he's gone for the finesse. Lovely through ball. What do you think?
Oh, I should have just ripped it with a 5-star weak foot. Short side. That near post, honestly.
What, you think hit that? You think?
Yeah.
Would you?
I don't know.
What would you boys do? Would you boys hit that?
Yeah.
In the chat, how would you guys tackling this particular one? Are you not seeing anything else here?
I don't see the chat now.
No. Okay. Oh, I don't know about the chat. I mean, in the position, is that the only thing that you'd want to do? Shoot.
Maybe lay it off to KDB, who's running middle.
Okay. Yeah, you could do the drag back into KDB is possibly an option. I personally think take the extra touch here. Well, you've got two options. You take the extra touch, you RB it across to Salah. You have to RB it though, in my opinion. I think if you're playing normal pass, this defender intercepts it. You could also triple. What are you, your Xbox? Yeah, triple X. Obviously keep it on the ground. RBA is probably what I'd go for though. You can do the drag back like you do into that position. To be fair, you do that, but the chance doesn't arise. So the drag back into that doesn't work. Drag back into this position though. I honestly here, you've already seen that the near post, the angle's not really good enough. I'd probably then follow it up with like a heel to heel or something. Or, you did the skill move earlier on the McGeady spin. Take the extra touch. A McGeady spin can work, where you do up and then left. And then you kind of come out here and then you could smash it in on goal. You try and dribble it around. We get a little bit confused. Carry on dribbling, carry on trying to confuse him here. The finesse there just isn't going to work. It's not good enough this year to try something like that. But yeah, to me, take the extra touch, RBA across. I think that's number one. Unfortunately, the drag back doesn't work out. You could heel to heel it and then take the shot. You could drag back into that position. If you drag back into that position, because it's following up with one drag back into another drag back, obviously it's not going to be as effective as this one, as the first one, because of the chaining skill moves. What you would then do if you got back into here, you'd do a double tap A pass just to dink it over these defenders, and then hopefully KDB hits it first time and finds the back of the net. But again, you got into a good area, so take the positives from this game. Again, mental cue. Keep reminding yourself, right, yes, we might be 2-1 down. I'm creating chances now. I'm starting to get control of this game. What it then means is that when you get the ball, we don't go and give it away cheaply. We don't go and pass it directly to him. You need to grab this. I'm going to say it. You need to grab this by the balls and say, I'm going to win this one. And don't give him the chance. You've already given him 2 cheap goals from, the defending, or from you giving the ball away, that sort of thing. So is it the same one? I mean, what can make me think here? I don't know. Are you trying to play it to Rashford or Salah?
I'll try to play it for Rashford. I just played it too late.
Okay. Yeah. I would hope future times, obviously, we see that he's offside. Salah obviously was the better option there. Or carry on running with the Kante. Okay, all right. You do really well. You play the ball back into Kante. You find, at the minute, you're beating. We said about this guy drop back, quite hard to break down. You're beating this. Yeah. You're finding the pass into the Rashford. This is the sort of chance where I like a first-time fake shot, or what I need to start adding into my game more, something that you could do as well, is a scoop turn, where you play the pass directly into the striker. You got your back to goal. A scoop turn either way can do quite effective. You do the drag back and you get into a good area. This now, I'd follow this up with a fake shot and get into here. This is the dangerous position. You drag back into an area where you've still got a load of work to do. You want to lay the ball off and you end up taking the shot. First time fake shot can work really well. The scoop turn can work really well. You still get into the similar situation with the drag back, but I think you overcomplicate it, to be honest. For me, just get into here. Like, you stay in this position, he's going to panic. You could have the sweat across to Salah. You could have the pass onto KDB. You could get the shot off. You could do anything. But instead, we pull back in. Do you try that sort of shot a lot on the finesse? Because we have finessed this now quite a few times.
Yeah. I mean, then I just had nowhere else to go with that otherwise.
For me, if you want to, the way you've developed this chance, you've still not messed it up. You've still got work to do, but you've not messed it up completely. As I said, the best option would have been going into that near post space that we've spoken about.
Yeah.
I personally, finesses aren't strong enough this year to do them as much as you already have. I would personally, like I've already touched on, you can look for that heel to heel in this sort of situation. Hopefully this guy keeps occupied with the KDB, gives you that bit of space, then you can just rifle power it with the can you imagine if you do a little heel to heel there, get that shot off and then just rifle it? You've got that chance of doing that as well.
Yeah.
But again, we're getting into the areas. I think our shot selection, we're trying these finesse shots, which they're just not good enough this year.
No. Mm-hmm.
I'm glad they help, fellas. Are the advantages to using the default camera? Should he change his camera to co-op? He's using, is it classic you're using, the camera angle? Or default?
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that. I watched your video with like your settings. I see you on like Teleblock. What do you think about that?
I think telebroadcast for me is one of the better camera angles. I don't like the camera angle that you've got because I know some pros use it and that. The reason being, everything up here is really tight and close and you can see it all quite well. Over there though, it's because it's a lower camera angle. I can't see like above and I can't see the little animation sometimes of what the defenders do, what your player does. Yeah. And it just all seems more zoomed out. Like this position down here is better. Co-op is a really good camera angle because it sees the whole, the whole of the pitch. However, co-op has the negatives of if the game's delayed, the game feels even worse in co-op because it's that zoomed out. It just feels like it feels horrible. And co-op can also be a negative for people that are on the lower end of the FIFA scale because there's so much information. In the co-op camera angle, you can track so many more runners than you can in every other camera angle. So then you defend it worse or you attack it worse because it overcomplicates it. Because when you're attacking, you're like, oh, I've got this run, that run, and then you just don't know what to do. So that can have the negative. Telebroadcast for me is the best of co-op, but also it keeps the anima. I can see every little bit of the animation as well. You know what I'm going to say here? You use the that's what I mean with the trio, by the way, of in the 4-2-3-1 or in the 4-4-2, depends on how it plans out. That's your triangle. What I'd look to do in here, so say you played that ball off with the Kante, what you can do, send him on a run with LB, lay the ball off there, he can then drive forward. You've then just got runners going, or send KDB on a run, drive forward with him. It just means that these guys are then occupied. Rashford might get more space for being free for a pass into. So that's what you can do. Can you see how at the minute we haven't done that, which just means that these guys are going to stay here and these guys are going to stay there. So all you're going to keep doing is just keep passing it between these three there and then come out wide and then go back to there. And you're just going to keep passing it around and going, I can't beat the ball. You've got to send some runners over to beat the ball.
Okay.
And yeah, just obviously the pass again, keeping an eye on the passing lanes, thinking about it, thinking about the opponent's cursor. Where's he got the man? He switches over to the A-wall. He's covered this. You can't play this pass now because he's already covering it.
I mean, like New York got it really bad. I just missed that one. I continued dribbling.
Good. Finish.
I powered it.
De Bruyne! What are you doing? What are you doing, son?
Oh, yeah. I almost look at it.
I'm going to contradict myself here, and I'm going to confuse you. I'm going to say this is a finesse.
Okay.
Because the reason why it's a finesse,
right
I mean, obviously, let's take out the De Bruyne situation. All right, let's not think De Bruyne's there. Okay, you get into a very good position. That there is a finesse for me. Everything else was fine in that build-up. The drag back was good. You know how we said don't finesse it as much as you are? The reason why this is a finesse is because the keeper's coming out. Also, I mean, sometimes I ball roll these sort of situations, but obviously, given where the defenders are, you can't do. As I said, the reason why it's a finesse is because the keeper's come out. The keeper has closed the angle down. When you power it, the angle's not there to power it. If he stayed put in his goal, power it near post 100%. All right. When the keeper comes out, in this scenario, you're better off trying to whip it round him. You need to get past the angle. Okay.
Yeah.
you can't ball roll here because this defender's there.
Defenders there.
I would, for me, I always, if a keeper comes out, it's a ball roll pretty much 99% of the time. If the defender wasn't here, ball roll it 100%. Do you ever try to ball roll the player?
Like I kind of only really do it on like one-on-one situations with the keeper. Like I kind of can't really get it when like other defenders are in the box in certain places. So.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, when you try and ball roll it in, sometimes I ball roll a keeper when there's like defenders not around, or pass comes through, and people are like, "Whoa, how did you do that?" Like that obviously takes a lot of learning to do that. In the one-on-one situations when you got no one around, the ball roll is the best. But do you understand why I'm saying that particular chance is a finesse and not a power? Yeah. And do you understand why the other chances we spoke about were not a finesse?
Here the keeper's fully off his line. The angle's not there.
Yeah,
and you just
exactly.
Go out and bend it by him.
Exactly. Exclamation mark coaching, boys, if you're interested on that side of thing. But again, another really good chance. So mental cue. Even though you've messed that chance up, obviously, well, not KDB got in the way, obviously, which didn't help. Just keep saying to yourself that mental cue of I'm making chances, I'm the better player at the minute. Don't rush, don't stress. You're going to get more chances in this game, okay?
It's a lot on a run there. Yeah, I tried to hit it. Yeah, I remember this.
It is a hard chance to score, Connor, definitely, because the ball well's not on. I wouldn't do a chip. The finesse might still get saved. I'm not saying that the finesse gets you a goal there. I'm just saying that it probably increases. No.
Oh, right. Messed that out.
What do you think you've done wrong there?
You just went straight, hit weak foot.
You get into a really good position. Just carry on going. We talk about the near post. Obviously, you said that you started working on it recently. You can get in and smash that near post there, buddy. Now, really, you've just created two very good chances. Obviously, that one with the finesse that we could have done possibly goes in, possibly doesn't. This here is a goal. This is it. This here is a goal. I wouldn't even do the fake. I wouldn't even do the fake shot, to be honest. Someone's just put in the chat, fake shot. I'd just play the ball in. You've already turned him. Just take the extra touch. Does Rashford have the outside of the boot trait? Does anyone know?
Nah, he doesn't.
No. Okay. Even still, he's got the weak foot. I think he would find the back of the net at the near post, especially with it being the FUT birthday card. All right. Unfortunate. Do you think you do the drag back there just because people say do a drag back and it's just kind of okay,
That's exactly.
I almost think as well, though, to be honest, I do give you a bit of sympathy here because I think he defends this badly. If I was him, I would be telling him to stand here and cover the near post as the main and then worry about that pass if he lays it off. But he absolutely he goes miles away. If he would have stayed this way, you might have done him with a drag back. So I'll give you a little bit of the benefit of the doubt there. But obviously, he still could have just run through. Good drag back. Okay, keep going down the byline. Keep going. Okay, you play it back. This is where it's going to get difficult now because you kind of ruined the chance a little bit. Yeah. You do. I like all this. For me, this is one thing that I talk about a lot because these guys are trying to make their way into the box. Yeah. When you do the drag back here, what's going to happen is you're going to get into there and go, I've got no space because watch where these guys all go.
Yeah.
Boom. They're now not on. You can't do anything. You got the pass obviously onto Rashford there, but these guys are still trying to get back on side. It becomes a little bit difficult. I like the drag back here. Gets back in. For me, Mane, especially in the 74th minute, keep running into this position here. Position into here. Look for the double tap A pass. Look for the RB A pass. Depends if it does come on, like the first chance that we spoke about. Prioritise that. He might come and dive in. You can go and get a little bit sweaty here. He might dive in. He might make a mistake. When you are doing this, by the way, when you get into this position, don't hold the sprint button because if you do that, you're going to end up losing the ball. You're going to take it out of play. This is where you want to come off the sprint button and just dribble with it. But you've kind of brought yourself into trouble there because you've not really got much else on because the guys are offside.
Exactly, yeah.
Good defending. You're offside? No? Just about on. Oh! What a save! What a save! Jesus! What a save that is. It's one of these. This is one of the times in the games now where we can look at defence and go, oh yeah, we should have done that, we shouldn't have done that. you have to take a bit of a risk. I understand you stepping up a little bit here and trying to get in with that Shah. So I'm not going to say no, shouldn't have done that. That is an absolute banger of a save, though. That is.
Yeah.
Jesus. Well, then tap L1, send Mane on a run. You've done that. Okay, keep running. Start to dribble now. Maybe we don't want to. Okay, double tap. All right, play the through ball. What are we going to do? Oh.
And he has a 5-star week too.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I still wouldn't have shot because it's Tielemans. What do you think?
Play back off to Rashford?
Yeah, I think you have to ball roll it because if you play a pass, he intercepts that. Yeah. Ball roll up to here, then lay it off to Rashford. You want Rashford to try and get on the end of this, not Tielemans. Obviously, Tielemans isn't a bad card, but that is it. You didn't low driven that, did you?
I don't think so.
No, that's all right. I definitely ball roll, drag back or something. You could do, the fake drag back where you just drag back like back, but you don't go back.
Yeah, you don't. You just
yeah. You just kind of take him back to try and get him to commit. Yeah, you've just got to lay that off. You've got to find a way. I don't think that's going in if that doesn't get blocked. I think the keeper probably saves that. Good. That's the thing. I think first half you dove in, from the kickoff where you got the goal. We gave the ball away a lot, and the guys capitalised on two kind of mistakes. You've had loads of chances. We've messed a couple up, with the choice of shot selection, not looking for that extra pass. You've been the better player in this game, especially in the second half, in my opinion. Let's have a look at the stats. Did we get to the stats? I think we did, if I remember correctly, when you recorded it. Yeah. 87% pass accuracy. We get that up to 90. You held the ball quite well. You just need, obviously, with the passes. I think the main thing for you at the minute is the choice of drag backs unnecessarily. Like when we got that chance with Rashford, but we could have done obviously carried on running, could have done the scoop turn as well. Obviously, when people say, what are the effective skill moves, drag backs, ball rolls, first time fake shots, I'd like to see you add the first time fake shots into your game. It's obviously very good in the situations where you got your back to the defender, similar for a scoop turn, it can work there as well. Play the way you're facing and stop playing into trouble. Keep an eye on the opponent's cursor, just so we're not playing that directly into the passes there as well. And the finesses, unless the keeper's running out, we don't want to finesse it. All right, it's just not that effective. It's different when you've got someone like Messi on the end of it because of like having the finesse shot trait. They can be absolute ballers and find it in that way. I would like you from that game though to definitely not lose your head, and because what will happen, you're going to the next game and you're probably going to go, I've lost, and it's just a knock-on effect. You just need to stay calm throughout those games and just make sure that we're not letting it roll on to the next game in the weekend league, because the way you played in the second half was much better. Defensively, you were fairly solid. Your player switching in the first half, there were some little elements that were wrong, but you've got the fundamentals. For a goal player, the player switching was actually quite good, to be honest. Your defensive, you didn't really drag anyone out of massive position too much. That was all right on that front as well. I honestly think where you're losing it is the battle in the middle of the park by giving the ball away cheaply and not building up the attacks. You know how to do a drag back, but you're not implementing anything like the ball roll anywhere near enough, and the first time fake shot, scoop turn, heel to heel as well. And obviously the shot selection that we are choosing to make is just wrong. The finesses just aren't good enough this year. You said that you've been working on the near post, though, haven't you?
Yeah, I'm trying to get it. Working on that, just driving it straight near post.
Good. It obviously it is something that's a little bit unique in FIFA, because obviously near post you wouldn't do in real life, would you? You just wouldn't be going for a near post finish and thinking on that front as well. But no, so it was a good little game, Thomas. Do you have any other questions or anything that you want me to go over for you?